A year ago, it was the wet food, and now it's hard to find some types of dry cat food.
It's one of your stories. News Channel 9's Callahan Marshall looks at how supply chain issues seem to be impacting yet another household staple for many.
Josh Davis takes care of about a dozen cats on any given day.
We're very, very picky about our dry cat food here. We try to at least do the highest quality Purina 1, IAMS often, and we try to stay around those blends. You can do different flavors, chicken or tuna or whatever. That's perfectly fine, but we try to stay with the same brands.
But he's been on a hunt to find those brands.
It's more like a one-stop shop when I try to go shopping. I'm like, okay, so we need to get some Napa cabbage. We need to get this, that, everything for the back of the house. But we also need to get a whole bunch of food, or we'll need to get litter. So I'll try to get it all in one store. Maybe I'll hit up Walmart or Price Chopper or something along those lines. But what'll end up happening is I'll go to pick up some of the vegetables and different things I need to get, and they won't have the cat food. So then I'll go to another store, and they won't have the cat food.
He says he can sometimes find his brand in the smaller bags. President and CEO for the Pet Food Institute, Dana Brooks, says, since the start of COVID, every node in the supply chain has been disrupted, resulting in a shortage of pet foods, including cat food. Besides supply chain issues, pet food makers also suffered from a shortage of necessary ingredients for making pet foods, such as meat and fish. She also blames labor shortages. But Davis just wants his cat food.
I would love for things to become regular again. In the meantime, hopefully we can find the larger quantities of the cat food.
Doing his best to navigate another challenge from the pandemic. In Syracuse, Callahan Marshall, News Channel 9.
The Pet Food Institute also says pet food makers are working their way out of a major backlog.
And they're recommending if you don't see your cat's food in your local store, make sure you call the manufacturer for recommendations on alternatives. If you have a question, you got an idea for the Your Stories team, go ahead and email us, yourstories@localsyr.com.